Good morning. It's the 30th of August 2023. Just heard the news about the Labour Party's going to reduce tax, which will result in people getting $100 extra per household in the middle class, which is a lie, because all money that people earn, all money in society, flows back to the government eventually. It takes a few steps to get back to them, but every dollar gets back to the government because of taxes. What I mean is that you earn money each week in your wages, and those wages are taxed by the government, and they take a slice of it. And then when you spend that money, because of GST, every time you buy something, you pay GST, which is a tax. So you pay a tax when you earn it, and you pay another tax when you spend it. Now those same dollars you've spent to the store, they, as a company, pay less tax, I think, than the average Joe, but they still pay tax on that same money. So the government takes another slice of that same money that you've earned, and that goes back to the government. And then they use some of that money that I've given them on the purchase to buy product to put into their store. And that money changes hands once again to their supplier, and then that supplier pays tax on that same money that originally came from me as a wage earner. And whoever steps and processes, every time that money changes hands, the government takes tax on it. So they could eventually take, say I earned $1, they could eventually take $1.50 in tax off that same dollar that I earned, after all of those steps and processes have happened between purchaser, retailer, and supplier for that retailer. So all money eventually flows back to the government. Then they bleat and moan and say, oh, we've got to fund this, like the unemployment benefit or the roads and that. They've got plenty of money to do that. But all of the money that they spend on those programs and social programs eventually goes back to them, because that money is used in society. And every time that money is used, it is taxed, and it flows back to the government. So it's a big bunch of bull that the government says they have no money to fund this and fund that, when they know that money is going to eventually end back into their bank accounts. It's just they should all be wearing balaclavas. They're all a bunch of thieves. Everyone in government. What's the old saying? How can you tell a politician's lying? Their lips are moving. That's how you tell. It's I like Billy Connolly's line, famous line, when he said, the desire to become a politician should automatically disbar you from ever becoming one. Because they're all overpaid and underworked people who are not interested in running things efficiently, because red tape and bureaucracy are their bread and butter, and they love it. The more complicated it is, the longer things take to get done, the better, as far as they're concerned. But yeah, tax. I wonder if any politician in the Labour Party or National Party is listening to this. And I hope they are, because I want them to take to the table this idea. If they want to get elected, guaranteed election, no matter what their policy, all they have to do is guarantee that they're going to remove all of the tax from the fuel and keep it off. And whatever political party says that, they're going to be elected. I'll vote for them. But they have to keep that promise. But politicians are keeping promises. you'd have more luck pushing water up a hill with a rake, as they say. It just won't happen. Politicians promise. It's the very definition of empty. Well, that's my 2 cents worth on tax and political promises. I don't know who I'm going to vote for. And I think, Tan, I think you're eligible to vote this year because you become a resident now. You can vote in the election. It's up to you who you vote for. Don't have to follow me. Yeah. It's a crapshoot. Because no matter what they spin, they're going to do the opposite. Political promise. Oh my God. Good luck to us all. Well, that's it for today. See you on the next one.